So you're thinking about getting the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Maybe you're like me and you have iPhone 13 Pro and you've been seeing some ads about getting the iPhone 16 Pro Max for free or very cheap, and you're thinking, should I do it? Should I not? My answer is yes and no. To find out why, stick around. Let's talk about it. First off, I'm not rich. And when it comes to upgrade my phone, I try to do it as little as possible. I have 3 kids. I'm freelance, I make videos for a living, and so until I break it into the big leagues, honestly, I'm making money to support the family, and anything extra is not typically going towards a cell phone. But if you're like me and you find yourself in a place where you can get a new phone, and you may be seeing those ads to get an iPhone for free or for really cheap by trading in your old device, which is what I did, then stick around because I think that is a really good reason to upgrade. One of the main reasons most people upgrade is for one thing and one thing alone: a better camera. And iPhone 13 Pro had a 12 megapixel camera. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 48 megapixel camera. Is it amazing? Does it make a big difference in actual photo taking? Well, for me, yes and no. I don't print photos all that often, and when you're printing things on a bigger scales, we start to see the nuances of pixel peeping. But when you're just taking them on your cell phone, in all reality, I'm not seeing a huge difference. That isn't to say the photo quality isn't better, but in comparison to the iPhone 13 Pro, I don't think it's such a big increase in quality that you can see that you would want to jump on it because of that. That isn't to say it doesn't take better images. I've done some comparisons outdoors, inside, and you can check them out. Here's a photo I took inside my house. Another photo I took outside. Some photos of outside some more. And you be the judge. These photos are unedited. I just tuck my phones out side by side, click, click, and you're seeing them exactly how they came out of the camera. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has added this cool camera function button. Now, I don't use that often. I have played around with it, and I can see that it will probably be one of those things that if you're somebody who can really adapt to new things quickly, you're gonna use it. But for me, and majority of the people I know, if you've had an iPhone for some time, you have a habit of how you get to things. Maybe you use the lock screen camera button, maybe you swipe up your phone and go to the camera. That system won't change for you. It didn't change for me at least. And so while the button is a cool have, it's not a must have. And I don't find myself using it. When I do use it, I feel like I'm going out of my way to make use of it. Next up, size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is slightly bigger than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I will say there is a definite weight difference. Also, the bezels on the side, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is a little sharper, which I actually enjoy. I find that the iPhone 16 Pro Max is a little bit slippery. Slippery? More slippery. And I find as somebody who doesn't necessarily like having a case on their phone, having this 13 Pro Max, it is nice to be able to grip it, while my iPhone 16 Pro Max feels a little bit more slippery. That's just me. Next up, speed. Now I can honestly say that for me and my usage, the iPhone 16 Pro Max has proven to be faster than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. There's a lot of videos out there that will show you a comparison side by side, and so you can check those out if you want to see that. But for real world usage, I find I'm not waiting on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Simply being able to launch what I need to launch in a timely manner, capturing a moment on camera, launching an app. I don't find myself waiting. In all reality, I haven't waited that much on the iPhone 13 Pro either, but it's just one of those things that you start to notice the nuances of how fast it operates. This might be something to do with the smoothness of the display with the new refresh rate. It might be because the new chip is faster. I don't know how they're doing it, but I will say it is something that is noticeable. Now, a feature that I didn't expect to really enjoy was the always on display. When the phone is actually asleep, you can see here that the display is still on, as opposed to my iPhone 13 Pro Max. When it's asleep, it's asleep. Now, if you're like me and you use nothing else but your phone for your alarm clock, this is a good feature because when I wake up, I don't have to touch my phone to see the time. I can simply look over, notice it's 12 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Dynamic Island. This is one of those things that I had no idea about until I got my phone, and I can honestly say I've enjoyed it. And last but not least, USB-C. It's one of those things that coming from the Lightning adapter to the USB-C is a love and a hate relationship. On one hand, I do still have things that require the iPhone Lightning adapter, like my AirPods, my Apple mouse. Like these are things that I do wish had that USB-C because I have so many chargers. Final thoughts, as a husband, father of 3, videographer / filmmaker, and person that makes videos on the internet, the iPhone 16 Pro Max gets the job done. I can rely on it, it's fast, has great battery life, big screen, and really all the things that I need. It's a nice to have, but is it a must have? I don't think so. If you're like me and were able to get an iPhone 16 Pro Max because of a promotion, or you're able to get it because you're trading in your old phone, or you're not paying for it at all and somebody else is paying for it, you're blessed like that, I'd say go ahead and get it. But if you have to fork over the cash, I would say hold off. It's not something that's been such a dramatic change that I think is really necessary. But again, that's just my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have questions about things I didn't answer, drop them down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.